Thanks for everyone for being here today. So at Redapt, our mission is to help your, to help you reach your business objectives with enabling technologies. Okay, let me change this slide because I'm not really liking it. Lots of challenges in the financial sector today. Lots of choices for technology. Too many choices in some cases. What Redapt can help do is narrow those down to the ones that make sense for your business. We believe highly successful organizations are those that adopt highly successful technologies. So Redapt, as Ron mentioned, we're slightly unique in that we span kind of the data center, the cloud, and all sorts of software technologies. So whether that's servers or pulling data in and out of the cloud, or applications in and out of the cloud, working with sort of cloud native technologies like Kubernetes. We kind of cover the whole gamut, which is a little bit interesting as a systems integration partner to have that breadth of experience and knowledge. We're headquartered just outside of Seattle, and we have a reputation for identifying emerging technologies that matter, effectively applying them, and helping our customers keep pace with the rapidly advancing market. Some of the partners that we work closely with, obviously on the cloud side, Azure and Microsoft, Google Cloud. On the hardware vendor side, Dell, HP, Intel, networking, Juniper, Cisco, all the various technologies. Rancher, HashiCorp, VMware, Datera, sort of run the gamut across those. And we're happy to engage with new partners if it helps our customers, succeed, right? So we pick up new partners as needed to provide a overall solution for our customers. We realize that there's no one size fits all solution, and so part of our methodology, or what we tech evolution methodology. I'll talk a little bit later about the tech evolution playbook, but it's about understanding your business, your goals, selecting technology that will help move you along that path of maturity, and then either performing the implementation or assisting your team in that implementation process. It basically providing an accelerator for your business, like I said, whether it's direct implementation or guided implementation. We're happy to work with you either way. Some of our, well-known, some of the names you may recognize as far as clients, before I get to specific use case test story that we're talking about today. Starbucks was selected to jumpstart, Redapt was selected at Starbucks to jumpstart the DevOps processes and implementation and productionalization of their Kubernetes cluster solution. At Avanti, we act as technology development arm. So we're basically their dev team and operations team for their customer-facing mission-critical application. For Box, ServiceNow, and Zoom, it's mostly on the hardware data center infrastructure side. So we architect, build, and configure that for them. Additionally, we handle supply chain and globally distribute racks to co-locations around the world. Our production processes are tightly integrated through internally developed APIs, so that their provisioning systems and procurement systems integrate directly with Redapt systems to streamline that acquisition and deployment of data center infrastructure. Boise Cascade selected Redapt to accelerate their adoption of cloud through a center of excellence kind of model and help spur innovation. So now I want shift over and talk about Quote Wizard, which is the use case we wanted to bring to you today. Quote Wizard is a leading insurance comparison, shopping, and research tool. They enable consumers to compare agent and carrier quotes locally and nationally to get the most affordable coverage. Quote Wizard is a complete insurance marketing solution for agents and carriers, and they provide real-time insurance lead, live transfer calls, and online click solutions to connect agents and carriers to consumers shopping for new auto, home, life, renters, medical health supplement, and health insurance, etc. Let's see. So their primary problem when they started talking to Redapt was their enterprise data warehouse. Was a homegrown solution with SQL servers located in colo facilities. Kind of started to atrophy, kind of became a management hassle, and wasn't flexible enough to solve the new needs of Quote Wizard. I'm not going to read this slide because it's a lot of words, and but yeah, their main problem, they had so much business logic built into the homegrown system in interesting ways that it was very difficult to make changes. So a new report was more likely to break an existing report than provide value in the short term, which made it a huge hassle to change. When the tool was originally built, Quote Wizard had a single product. Obviously, as their business expanded, it was very difficult to expand that data warehouse and analytics solution to the new products as they brought those to market. So come to Redapt. Redapt's happy to help. Basically help design a more effective enterprise data warehouse. Using Azure products for Quote Wizard's case. So, SQL data warehouse, data lakes, Azure Data Factory, Power BI, all as platforms as a service, taking advantage of existing tools, significantly reducing the support burden within Quote Wizard. Lots of data going into this data warehouse. There's about 4 billion records of data in the new solution. That gets loaded, well, the last 20 days to make sure to load it every day, and then every 15 minutes data is refreshed and updated so that they have near real-time view into that data. Took a lot of work. Actually, it's a lot of work on both teams, right? Redapt and Quote Wizard, to figure out the data that they had, clean it up, normalize it, put it into a star schema so that they could slice the data as it made sense to do for each sort of new application and new report. Part of the project was basically recreating their existing reports based on the new data, the new clean, healthy data. And then with Power BI, giving Quote Wizards the ability to create new reports very quickly, sort of after we provide training on Power BI, their analysts can now sort of create reports without obviously breaking other reports, which was a big problem with the old system. So let's see, obviously the more real-time data you can get, the better. So leverage that data, and the freshness of data is super important. Let's see if there's anything else on this one. Yeah, no, I can. Yeah, so the feedback solution came up with, obviously, enterprise data warehouse using PaaS solutions or platforms as a service, if you're not familiar with the term. The advantage there again is to take the support burden of the applications themselves out of the Quote Wizard team, and allow them to take advantage of all the wonderful work that the Microsoft Azure team has put together around data warehouses. One of the positive one of the positive feedback we got here was just that you know, the senior leadership at Quote Wizards, are now, I guess there was some resistance initially for the sponsor at Quote Wizards, just around the enormity of the task, changing the enterprise data warehouse, being homegrown, even though it was fragile. There was a lot of sort of built here, pride in the solution, and with changing to a new solution and going through the process of cleaning up the data and productionalizing data acquisition and data refresh, there's just a larger or a stronger comfort level with the approach and the model that Redapt brought to Quote Wizards. Makes changes quicker, more robust, and so far it's worked out very well for them. The insurance agents across the country now get quick access to leads, within their geos. It keeps them, it keeps them more efficient and working and making money, which is kind of everyone's goal. So nice consolidated solution for their end users. I talked a little bit earlier about Redapt's tech evolution, methods or model. We call it kind of the tech evolution playbook or transformation framework. And really, it's establish business, establish and understand business needs and select technologies that make sense, both from what the technology does, what it delivers, and what your team has the capabilities with Redapt's help to support. And then execute on that plan. Everyone's on the same page, run through execution. Like I said, whether that's direct execution with the Redapt team performing the work and then providing post implementation training, or hand in hand implementation or guided implementation, again depending on the comfort level or the capabilities of the client team, right? So and then taking that transformation as the new starting point for your next cycle of maturity or evolution, right? So it's continuously improving, focusing on the core value creation type projects, and cycling through to continuously evolve and mature your use of technology.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, it's Ron Gerber. I think there's a lot of insightful comments. Do you mind if I just insert just some general comments as I've been listening to your presentation and relating it to some of the other previous talks?
Yeah, absolutely.
one of the things that stood out to me when you're looking at the power of, in this case, Azure, and we're excited to have Naomi and her team from GCP, who is, again, Redapt is a key partner of GCP as well as AWS. If you listen to some of the previous talks earlier today, we heard the folks at Vanguard talk about the importance of improved response time and the challenges, even in a cloud world, of making sure that misconfigurations don't result in unacceptable user performance delays, et cetera. You heard it as well when they were talking about traders and making sure they get the right information to make instantaneous decisions, because in the world of Wall Street trading, time and information is key. So you need to get that information out there quickly. You need the power of the cloud to make that happen. And I think one key takeaway here, when Mike was talking about some of the retailers or the retail clients who were working with them in this installation, one of the key takeaways was the improved performance across the country, which is so critically important. Is there anything else you'd like to add for a moment, Mike, as we're finishing up before I bring back up Naomi and the GCP teams?
No, I mean, I think that pretty much covers it. I did want to, reiterate that like you said, Redapt partners with Azure and GCP and all of the hardware vendors, and we kind of break it out into infrastructure and operations excellence, and cloud engineering, and how are you doing multi-cloud environments, how your on-premises environments integrate with your cloud, business transformation around analytics and artificial intelligence, like we just heard about as well, DevOps and all of the other ops, right? If you've ML ops and all of those wonderful things. And like you said, the not only performance of the solution itself, but performance of the delivery of new capabilities, right? So it's velocity around delivering new solutions, but also delivering correct solutions. So that's the kind of key takeaway for me. And then for Redapt, it's the sort of normal, hey, we're a we want to be a partner. We're not really here to sell you, although you would hope to buy through us, but we're really about serving your needs and trying to be accountable and build strong relationships and solving problems based on what we've seen at other companies or other or in other industries, right? As things get more advanced technologically, solutions from one industry become useful or appropriate in other industries. And we've been doing this for a long time. Redapt's been around for about 25 years, 23 years, 25 years, somewhere in there. We were early on the private cloud. We've early in the public cloud, helping customers do containers and Kubernetes since the very beginning. So again,
excellent.
Pleasure to.
Absolutely a pleasure to have you present, and we'll have this available for downloading. You can go to angelbeat.com or Mike directly for their Tech Evolution playbook.